This is Dr. Phil. We are here in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 Football MEAC Media Day. This is, as we said, the game time. BCSN on the road, getting it done together, giving you another media day, and it's me and AD. AD, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine here at M&T Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland, home of the Baltimore Ravens. They doing a lot of upgrades on the stadium itself, so
It's made it interesting
bit
getting
of
in
a
here.
challenge getting in and getting to the right door that you need to get into to get in. But once you got inside, Dr. Cavill, great setup, great atmosphere here. I mean, you're in a NFL stadium. We'll, you're about that sweet life, Dr. Cavill. So this is what the sweet life looks like in Baltimore, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right. A little sweet life.
It's a sweet life.
Nice one.
And
So we'll bring you all the players, and we'll give you a list of who the players are. We're still waiting for the official releases. Everybody wants to know in terms of what did the coaches and SISDs think in terms of preseason rankings. But before I chase it back to you, let's go over some of these names here. We got Delaware State, brought two young men, as you know. That is head coach Deshaun Jackson, and Brian Bates is the linebacker. Marquise Gillis, running back. Let me tell you a little bit about both of those. The linebacker, he participated in 12 games, collecting 36 tackles, including 22 solo, with 3 tackles for a loss, totaling 17 yards, and 2 sacks for 16 yards. Brent's transferred in from UNC Charlotte to Delaware State and has been on campus for 1 year. Then you have Marquise Gillis, a running back, participated in 2 games with 7 attempts for 31 total yards, 4.4 when you look at it from an average perspective. 1 touchdown against Richmond, 15-yard long run. And with the work that he's put in, it's going to be interesting to see what Delaware State does this way. Obviously, a lot of excitement with the hire Coach Jackson, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. He's been around here, and he looks like he's ready and excited for the season. Before I move on to some of the other ones, guys, any thoughts in terms of Delaware State early on in terms of what you've seen thus far?
will D-Jack live up to the hype?
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure, but there's not a lot of pressure. Because if you think about it, if you're Delaware State, anything that you do is an improvement based upon the most recent trends with Delaware State.
Right.
So, D-Jack's got a lot of hype around him. And been able to bring in some recruits. They're doing a lot of construction on campus as far as improving in facilities.
Yeah, that new legislation that passed that everybody was excited to hear in terms of new indoor practice facility, weight room. Give you updates by now for those that hadn't heard about it. It was passed, so that is coming to fruition. We don't have the next the date with the time, but fascinating to see what that may look like.
Yeah, so, I think there's going to be a work in progress. And what makes this interesting, Dr. Cavill, and we're getting this a little bit further, this is the MEAC. It's only 6 teams. Everybody can't win the conference, and everybody can't finish last.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting because one game literally makes the difference in this conference.
Yeah, and it goes a long way. We've seen that for the last couple of years when you look at the reconfiguration of the conference. Let's get on to Howard. That's Coach Larry Scott. Judith McGlimpsey, linebacker, played in 11 contests, ranking up to 30 tackles, 18 solos, including 4.5 tackles for a loss. And then we have Braylon Smith, wide receiver, appeared in 11 contests, racking up 231 yards of total offense, 195 receiving, 36 rushing, with a receiving touchdown. So, the young men at Howard, what's kind of on your mind when you think about Howard? Obviously, 2 years ago, they were in the Celebration Bowl. Kind of got knocked down a peg when you think about it last year. So, it'll be interesting to see what's their next step. But I'd love to get your thoughts on the Howard Bison.
Well, let's talk about the player who's not here, and that's Noah Miles, who was FCS preseason All-American. So, linebacker there, had a great season last year. So, Howard, definitely going to be a team that is going to be reckoned with. And, me being a Morehouse man.
Yep, so we got some Morgan Bears in here, the home team. So we'll see if we want to get them in there. And let me give you who we got coming in here as we set them up. That is Eric Hunter and Danny Casillas. We're going to go with the head coach, bring him on in here. Coach, they got a little warm for you in here. We're going to take care of you and cool you down a little bit. I see you with the nice touch. Got the fan. Make sure you're not sweaty when you step up like you do it on the field. With that being said, so it's fine. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, Doc. How you doing?
All right. How does it feel that this is right here in your backyard?
Man, it's great. It's great to get the conference here in Baltimore. We didn't have to travel. I'm excited about that. But Baltimore, the city has so much to offer. So for get everyone here, get you guys here, because you guys are what make everything go. Give our student athletes the platform to show what they're capable of doing on and off the football field. And I'm glad we're here in our own backyard.
That's good. And you talk about traveling. Last time I bumped into you, literally was at the airport. And let me say thanks again for taking me to the hotel. So it's good to know important people, they get it with you. Who did you bring with you?
I brought Eric Hunter, a linebacker, one of probably the best FCS football players in the country, not just in HBCU, and Danny. Danny's our center. He's the mainstay on the offensive line, so both of those guys are going to make this program go this year.
Hunter had to deal in a little bit of injury. How is he recovering? I imagine since you brought him up, things must be looking up. Okay. And you went offensive lineman. Always fascinating when you mix it up that way. When you talk about Casillas, he appeared in 10 games playing at center position, contributed to a offense that had 3,775, right under 4,000 yards, including 2,000 yards through the air with 38 total touchdowns. Give me your insights from your perspective. Why offensive line?
They made the program go. O-line, D-line made the program go. Anytime I have an opportunity to put these guys in the spotlight, I try to do that because these guys don't have the stats, to back up their work. These guys do a lot of grimy work that don't get necessarily the credit they deserve. So anytime I have an opportunity to bring one of those guys or talk about offensive lineman or defensive lineman, that's what I do because they made the program go.
I had a cousin that played right here, being Cowboys, like the way they say it, so we tease. That's a Sadiddy side, just for those that don't know. But he liked to call himself the Big Sexy. So sometimes the Big Sexy needs some love, and I'm glad you gave him some love. Go ahead, AD.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only time we hear the offensive line name anytime in the game is when there's a yellow handkerchief with their name on it. I think the last time I talked to you, Coach, you were down the road at the D2 level. Been up at D1 for a couple of years now. What has been the biggest difference since your transition from Bowie State to Morgan State as far as the competition goes?
I would say a lot outside of the competition has been this portal and all that good stuff. Wasn't a thing, but now it's a thing. But competition-wise, man, in the CIAA, we play great football there. However, when you step up the road a little bit, everybody's good. Size does matter. In the MEAC, we play 7 non-conference games. So it's important not to just recruit guys that fit the need and to win the MEAC, but you got to bring guys in that can help you get some of these FBS opponents as well. But good coaching, that's another thing. It's no weeks off in the MEAC. I think these guys do a great job preparing their guys, and if you have a weakness, they're going to exploit it. So it's important to make sure you try to seal all the gaps so you'll be all right.
And let's talk about.
Can we bring the guys in? Yeah. Because we have to. One last question.
Let's talk about that schedule, though. The fact that you guys play more non-conference games than conference games. How does that, especially when your goal is to get to the Celebration Bowl, but those 7 non-conference games could take you away from that goal if things don't go right and players get hurt and things like that.
The good thing about it is we have the opportunity to go to NCAA playoffs and or the Celebration Bowl, and with our non-conference schedule, it gives us the opportunity to get national exposure. We're not just kind of beating up with each other in the MEAC. We have an opportunity to play, once again, 7 schools out of different conferences. So we're able to take our MEAC brand and Morgan State brand all over the country and play football. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
Let's bring you guys in so you can quickly tell us a little bit about. So, Coach, you talked about why you brought him in. So I want to ask them specifically when I talked to you, Danny, What is it like to be here at the Media Day? How you feeling?
Man, it's an honor to be here, get to spend these past few days here. It's still in our backyard, but we've been able to explore the city a little more than I've normally have and spend time with some of these other student athletes here. And it's been a great time just soaking it all in.
Certainly. Eric, heard you back 150%. I didn't even know that's mathematically possible, but I believe Coach Long, that wasn't his strength university-wise there. But how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Good. What are you looking forward to this year?
Biggest thing, just another opportunity. Just another opportunity, to go out there with my guys, go out with my team, and really, at the end of the day, just get to Atlanta in December.
Before we let you out of here, AD, final question there? Yeah, when you're talking to it, hold it up.
I got you. Yeah. Is it?
Guys, I don't need all the coach speak and the players speak on this one. I know you guys, week one is always the most important game. But when you look up and down that schedule, tell me the game that you circle outside of week one, guys.
Set up.
For me, the start of conference play, because that's when the real work
I like
begins.
that. Good
At the end of the day, it all starts with conference play. We're in a small conference. One loss can cost you a shot at Atlanta. So at the end of the day, we got to make sure when we hit conference play, we're ready to go. That's all that matters.
Last question, talking about a little bit of Atlanta. Looking forward to it? How you going to make it down there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing down there in December.
Well, with that being said, any last statements you want to make, Coach?
Now, once again, we just appreciate you guys for covering our student athletes. Great platform, and these guys deserve the opportunity to tell their stories. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll look forward to you. I'll be in Atlanta, so I'm just looking to see you there. With that, we'll take our first break, come back on the other side. It's BCSN Game Day. We're here at the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day in Baltimore, Maryland.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Attention football fans. The Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff is back in Atlanta on August 23rd. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC Southern. Join us at Center Park Stadium for a full day of tailgating, football, and bands. For more information and tickets, visit MEACSWACchallenge.com.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Since two.
This is Dr. Cavill with AD. We're here at BCSN Game Time. That's right, we're in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day, and there is certainly a buzz around here. They have switched things up, headed down south a little bit, just a little, from Norfolk to Baltimore, as I said, and more space. Not only that, they're doing it inside the NFL stadium in terms of what's going on here, home of the Baltimore Ravens. With that being said, teased a little bit that I actually have been in this stadium before. My cousin, Big Ben, the grandson of Big Ben's HBCU football award that I give every year, his grandson actually played here with the Baltimore Ravens. He was an offensive lineman with Big Ogden, for those that remember those days. And so fond memories here, so I wanted to give him a little love. His actual dad played at Prairie View when they won the championships in the 60s. And then his, my great-great-uncle, but his great-great-granddad actually played for Wiley College back in 1925. So a lot of legacy history when you talk about that family, and he's the one we honor with the Big Ben Award, coaching under legendary Fred Pop Long, in terms of winning a national championship. And then they won 4 out of 5 years. They could play 5 years then, which is kind of came full circle. It seems like players play 5, 6, 7 years.
8.
Yes, and to think about it, they made a rule for him and others during that time, so they would only be able to play 4. But he got 5 in there and won championships 4 to 5 years for the SWAC in the very, very early years. That's first decade of the SWAC. Yeah. Well, back to the things here talking about MEAC. Let's get into some more players. Obviously, Norfolk State, where the big buzz in a lot of ways is about Coach Michael Vick. Saw him. Norfolk State media came deep, and they certainly were surrounding his table when he sat down to get things going early this morning. So a little bit buzzed around there. But the players he brought with him were Khalif Jemison, defensive back, transferred from just down the road, DSU. Led the Hornets with 79 tackles, 47 solos with 6 tackles for a loss, and 1 sack of 8 yards. He tallied 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, and 1 quarterback hurry, so many talents in terms of what he's getting done there. Then we have Drayshawn Kendrick, wide receiver. On the other side of the ball, transfer from William and Mary, appeared in 10 games for the Tribe, recording 16 receptions, 223 yards, and with 2 touchdowns and a long of 62 yards when he broke out and got it done. With that, go about your thoughts with the buzz around Norfolk State. Now that we see it actually here at the media day, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, the hype is real.
Yeah.
But will the execution be?
Yeah.
Michael Vick may be the biggest story as far as buzz goes since you-know-who from that school in Mississippi. Y'all don't want me to say that name on the air, so I don't say it on the air.
I will. Coach Prime, I don't got no problem. I know you don't, but you just like to be working with everybody else. I hear you.
Yes. So not only that, one thing about his staff that I noticed is that he brought a lot of his former high school coaches with him. So with that, do we have a FCS caliber staff? It's got a couple NFL players there, so not saying that that's good, not saying that that's bad, but we have not seen these people coach at this level yet. Right. So that's gonna be the question.
No, I think that's a very fair question. There's no work around that. I mean, these are very talented individuals in terms of what they've done on the field, talented in terms of what they've been able to do after their playing career, and the fact that they've been able to stay involved. Deshaun has coached a little bit. Michael Vick, other than what he's done with youth programs, which has a lot of coaching, but to see it transition at the collegiate level in the MEAC where you have other talented coaches, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. And part of that is just simply, can you get enough talent? Right. And how long does it allow you to collect that talent to put them into places to be able to make plays? So fascinating what that looks like.
Yeah. But the one matchup in this conference that everybody's looking for is Jack versus Vic.
Yeah.
In
it will be
Philly.
Philly.
Yes.
And I just came from Philly. I was there for the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated convention. So, yeah, it's interesting to see when I pass by the stadium there thinking about there'll be a MEAC football game come this fall that will be played there, and that game will be, like you said, against Norfolk State.
In Delaware
State.
Yes.
Michael Vick, obviously both of them played for the Eagles, and they were able to put their hands and put that together. Only little challenge there, Quirk, that game will be Thursday. But I would be surprised if that's not picked up by the networks to view that game. So at least you get a lot of the visual things that are taking place there.
I just hope both schools have a plan to be able to get their students there.
And as we talk about that, we're going to go to South Carolina State. Those players are going to be here, so we'll get a little bit into that. But before we do that, I also want to say that they put their handprints on that. What I got a chance to, doing the little talking circuits yesterday, one of the things that I heard in a lot of ways is the fact that they had their handprints on making this happen and help supporting the conference, making a recommendation and partnering with them to do that. We have Chinnisberry coming up as he shakes a couple of hands, the man of the hour, getting him ready in terms of what that looks like. Yes. That's you. Looking really clean today, Coach, as usual.
Man, I told them, man, they must ain't paid the electric bill, man. It's hot in here.
He thought you was out there. We're going to do the coach first and slide him right in there. The guys waiting in the background want to get a little bit of talk, and we're going to formally introduce y'all to bring y'all and see what the young men are thinking about. But we have one, Coach Chinnisberry.
Yes, sir.
I want to first, as things were taking place last year, didn't really get a chance to say this to you, but congratulations on what you've done thus far. I know you got a lot of expectations, so we won't dwell on it, but I do want to say, great season last year. With that being said, not being able to knock that final door down, I'm sure that's part of the motivation from there, but I'd be fair if I didn't let you tell us how are you looking to move forward for 2025?
Well, we just want to have, at the end of the day, Bulldog Nation, we just want to have sustained success is the mission for us. We don't worry about, we have a philosophy, Stephen Covey, the book, 7 Laws of Highly Successful People. We talk about number 2 is begin with the end in mind. We know where we want to be, but we know the outcome we want it to be.
Right.
All right. At the end, but we focus on the process more than we do the outcome. And our process at South Carolina State is going 1-0, man. We can't worry about nothing else. We want to sustain success because the success that has happened at South Carolina State well before me. And get our guys going out there playing at a high level, fall in love with the process, going 1-0 every day. And our young men have 100% bought into that. And when you speak to my young men later, they're going to say the same thing.
I've heard them say it before, so I know they're going to continue to say it. One is because of the mantra. It's what they believe.
That's it.
They focus on it. Let me let AD get up with a follow-up question.
I've heard that 1-0 since your days at Benedict. And to the point where you have won 22 conference games in a row across your 2 schools.
Wow.
Yes.
Impressive, Coach.
Yeah, you haven't lost a conference game in over 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So something you doing.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
So,
Hallelujah.
So as you say your Hail Marys for that, how? How is it that you don't lose against opponents? You know them as well as they know you, because we're talking conference opponents. How is it that you can have that type of success with that 1-0 mentality?
Preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I put a lot of time into the game. My coaches, man, we grind. We fall in love with those mundane things of just trying to be the best we can be every day. So, you may have more talent than me, but I got full control of my work ethic. And that's pretty much what it is. I have young men that have bought into our process. Wherever I'm at, they buy into it, and we speak it every day. We're very consistent. It's not like we change all over the place. We're focused on, that's why the young men that I brought on today, they've been with me for quite some time. These young men, they were with me at the last institution, and then they've come to me at South Carolina State, and they just buy into it. Because at the end of the day, we're coach-led, but we're player-driven. The player's the one that drives it.
Coach-led, player-driven.
The players drive it. Yeah. And, they bought into that. And I have great leaders, great young men that buy into it and fall in love with our process of going 1-0 every day.
I'm always excited to watch.
Yeah, I was going to make one quick correction. It's actually 25 consecutive conference games. The last 3 in
And you know, Coach ain't
counting
counting because he ain't counting a lot. And he was like, wow, thank you.
Two consecutive perfect seasons at Benedict, and then a perfect season in the MEAC. So 25 in a row, man.
Well,
I hope I didn't jinx you, though.
No, you didn't, man, but that's a blessing.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you think about it, man. I went 26 years as an assistant coach.
Oh, wow.
And I focused on.
Talk heavy.
I focused on, you know, being the best I can be at where I was, right? I didn't never worry about being a head coach. I wanted to be the best O-line coach I could ever be. Wow. And then I became an offensive coordinator and a play caller. I wanted to be the best coordinator I can ever be. And now as a head coach, I get the opportunity to lead young men, man. It's really a ministry. It really is. Because I know, this is real talk. At the end of the day, I got 105 young men looking at me every day, right? They're going to spend more time as fathers, husbands, leaders in this community than they will be football players. So I have an obligation to how I mold them every day. I have impressionable young men, 18 years old to about 23, 24. They watch me every day. They watch how I dress, how I speak, my energy, my tone. I have to lead from the front. I don't talk about it. That's what I said at the beginning. I want to be consistent every day. When they watch and they see Coach Berry, he's consistent. He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great leader. Because I want those young men to be the same in this game we call life.
Speaking of those young men.
Players, let's bring them up. We have Josh Barker, defensive tackle.
Come on, Josh.
Participated in 12 games, totaling 30 tackles, 14 solo, with 8 tackles for a loss, 40 yards, including 5.0 sacks for 33 yards. Mm-hmm. We also have Gerard Washington, cornerback, played in all 13 games for the Bulldogs, registering 40 total tackles, including 31 solo. He tallied 2 interceptions and 12 breakups. With that being said, let me hand you that mic. Yes,
sir. Now, I hate to do this, man. I got to get this right, because these are my guys. All right, this is Jared.
Yep.
Jared Washington. All right. Mm-hmm. He's first-team All-American, coming back for an amazing year. Excited about him. Yes, unbelievable player, unbelievable human being. Josh Barker, let me tell you something about this guy right here. In all of FCS football, he had the #1 grade in the country last year. Number one on PFF, Pro Football Focus, for defensive tackles in America. So these are great football players, but these are great young men, and I got to get them their flowers because, see, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't understand the type of young men that we bought here. And I bought 2 guys on the defensive side of the ball. Usually a guy brings a guy on offense, a guy on defense, but the strength of our team is going to be on that defensive side of the ball. So I had to bring 2 of our leaders that we're expecting big year from these young men.
Coach has been around the block a couple of times, so that was the question I was going to follow up with, and he brought right into it, so I appreciate you. So let's just go right to it. Barker.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about how you feel when you hear the coach talk about you as a young man in terms of those accolades.
Oh, man, it's like a smile just can't stop from coming across my face. Someone like him praising you like that, man, it makes you want to run through a brick wall for him, I'm telling you.
You doing more than running through brick walls. You're being successful, and that's on and off the field.
Yes, sir. Yes,
First
sir.
of all, I'd be remiss if I didn't get a chance to make sure everybody got to see this nice ring out here.
Oh, that thing pretty, ain't it?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yes, sir.
Pretty. Very good in terms of what that looks like. Let's go to Washington.
Need this? Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the same question first. Coach really talked about your accolades. Mm-hmm. How do you feel when Coach acknowledges the work that you put in to get here from that perspective?
I say it's a blessing because, like you said, we put in a lot of work. You know, a lot of long, long days. You know, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it's a blessing. And it's a blessing also because, you know, he's a big man in our community. As like black, you know, as a black leader, he's a real important. So
absolutely, perfectly said. And I appreciate you led in with the work because people don't always understand that. Obviously, we get to be there whether we're watching it live on the field in terms of what you see perform on the field. But a lot of times we really don't get a chance to appreciate what work you put in to get there. So I appreciate you acknowledging it. Let me let AD follow up with you and give you.
All right. Pretend Coach Berry now sitting right there between y'all. So tell us the truth. Is what we see when he does interview, is that real? Do you get that same feeling in the locker room when you go into class? Is what we see him portray, is that real? And do you guys feel it and believe in it?
I'll start us off here. Yes, sir. It's definitely real. That's who he is every single day. The man you see right here is the man you're going to see at his house. It's also the man you're going to see walk in the meeting room. He's the same man every single day. He don't change for nobody. He's going to be him, Coach Berry.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's him. Uncut, unfiltered. What you see is what you get with Coach Berry. There's no facade, anything like that. That's who he really is, I'm telling you. That's why we follow him like the way we do, because he's one of those people to where he's so authentic you can't help but follow him, 100%.
Before we get back to Coach Berry in terms of that, I want to ask you a little bit about the season. I know you focus on the first game.
Yes, sir.
Certainly appropriate about that. But is there any location that you really have gotten excited about where you play a football game, or that you may be looking to go to just because of the experience beyond what you do focusing on the game?
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't say it's a specific game I'm focused on, but if you want to say location, we go play USC. Something about playing in front of a big crowd like that.
That's fair.
Can't help but get excited.
No doubt. You? Any place that you get you excited more?
Yes, sir. I mean, we got the big games, the money games, but, we always worry about the next game.
Right.
Just a quick follow-up to that. Think about your MEAC competition, and you could throw in your other HBCU rivals. When you're on the road, what is the best atmosphere for you to walk into outside of Orangeburg as far as HBCU competition?
You can go back to your days at other places too. Whatever just chapped you up, maybe got you a little more excited because the fans.
Or they talk so much trash to you. You got an officer shut all of them up. You know, there's always that one
Miles.
school.
Yeah, I would say Miles.
Miles College was like
Miles is always, chirping in your ear.
Pretty good.
Fans right behind you. It's always fun going to Miles.
My answer would be FAMU, 100%. FAMU is so live.
And as a Tuskegee grad, I concur with that, Miles. I just want y'all to know.
Yeah, good stuff. And that was for the fans. Sometimes you got to show the fans a little bit of love, on both sides.
Yes,
that's
sir.
what we play for. Outside of yourself and your coach and your family, is those fans that show up and show out. Speaking of the fans, South Carolina State, Coach Berry, they have some awesome fans in there, some of the best in the business. So we'll get you out of here on this. Talk to us a little bit about how you Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that. I was going to ask you a little bit about your fan experience, talking about
Get
South
up
Carolina.
for the Bulldogs. Everybody get up. Man, listen, let me tell you something. South Carolina State University, Bulldog Nation. I don't care where we are, whether we're at home, all right, in the doghouse, Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, or whether we're on the road.
That's right.
Bulldog Nation loves the dogs. So at the end of the day, I'm grateful to be the head football coach of the place that loves football and expects you to win. So, man, when we go out there and Willie Jeffries Field, man, let me tell you something, man.
And he's here.
Listen, man, what a great environment. Bulldog Nation supports the city of Orangeburg, the state of South Carolina, Bulldog Nation from all over the country supports and loves Bulldog football. And the Marching 101, man, you got to get up for the Bulldogs. Everybody get up.
Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, before our producer comes in, you got to get a shot of the shoe game and the sock game that Coach has, man.
Oh yeah. You got to have your shoe game. Got to be on point, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Just.
I like it.
This was Bulldog Nation.
Coaching, but he got style with it.
He got style.
Feel good, play good, man. And if they play good, guess what they gonna do?
They get paid good.
Pay good.
Feel good, play good, pay good.
I know that.
You used to have a little speech that you gave to get people fired up. Do you still do that?
Okay.
Can you go out on that?
All
right.
The speech.
Wait a minute.
The speech.
Just so you know, because people couldn't hear, Roy asked about the speech. We've seen it before. I think everybody's up here seen it before.
Oh, we know it.
We know it, but give it to the fans, Coach.
I'm figuring out which one, man. I got so many. Like, which speech are you guys talking about?
Give the one
which
you
one
want.
y'all referring to?
Pick one.
I mean, speech.
Give us one.
Give your thoughts.
One of those trademark Chennisberry.
We talk about when we say go dogs, okay? That's how we speak on campus. So if you see my players, whether we're in the building, where we are, from the physical plant people to the president's office, we say go dogs, and dogs mean something. that D is an acronym. As I get more seasoned, right, I'm seasoned, right? I don't call myself old. I still got brush waves, no gray hair, man. I'm 52 years old, man, but I'm seasoned, right?
Yes, sir.
So we talk about go dogs, and that's how I remember stuff, man. I got to think acronyms. So that D means dominate. Dominate. Dominate the day,
yes, sir.
regardless of what. Dominating in the field, weight room, classroom. But that dominate is kill a fly with a sledgehammer. It's not about the fly you just killed. It's about the other flies that's watching. So it don't matter about the fly that you just killed. You could just kill it lightly, but if you smash it, them other flies watching. So at the end of the day, that's one of our philosophy. So that D is dominate, that O is 1-0. We got a 1-0 mindset every day, and that G is grit. That's that perseverance through it all. Regardless of the circumstances, we're going to find a way to get it done. So that's dogs. And if you flip it, I'm going to tell you about that great thing about dogs. If you flip D-O-G,
G-O-D?
we got G-O-D. We got God in our life, man. And when you got God in your life, how else can you fail? No doubt about it.
Amen, amen. With that being said, that's Coach Jenice Berry of the South Carolina State Bulldogs, and his players are with him here in 2025 for the MEAC Football Media Day. BCSN Game Time. We'll be right back after this break.
2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
From the streets of DC to the soul of Tallahassee, from the hilltop to the highest of 7 hills, 2 HBCU giants are colliding in the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers. This ain't just football, this is history in the making. The bands bringing that fire. The stands packed with pride. The energy can't be contained. On Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m., Hard Rock Stadium becomes the biggest stage in HBCU football. From the tailgate to the halftime show, from the first snap to the final whistle, this is where culture takes center stage. So grab your squad, throw on your colors, and rep your school. Get your tickets and book your hotels now at orangeblossom.classic.com. The 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic, built on history, fueled by pride.
Football.
This is Dr. Cavill in AD. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day. This is BCSN Game Time. Here to give you some updates. We want to go back with the last set of players that we haven't talked about that we'll eventually look to get to and provide them an indirect interview. With that being said, you're talking about North Carolina Central is led by Coach Trey Oliver, a national champion coach, winning the Cricket Celebration Bowl
2 years ago.
Exactly. But he is bringing with him a Walker Harris quarterback. You familiar with him in terms of what he did last year, backing up quarterback, but he did his own thing. Davis Richards, that
Yes.
legend in those parts over there for North Carolina Central. But Harris played in 10 games, throwing 1,882 yards, just under 2,000 yards, for an average of 188.2 per game, if you would, with 18 touchdowns completed, 139 of 227 attempts with 6 interceptions. Playing pretty strong last year. Didn't quite get it done and get him back to the Celebration Bowl as a holistic team, but they've been right in the hunt, stacking up wins for the seasons over the last couple of years. But then you have Max Urane, linebacker, competed in 11 games, making 58 tackles, including 18 solos. He registered 6.5 tackles for a loss of 19 yards, including 2 sacks of 11 yards, recorded 1 interception and 1 quarterback hurry. With that being said, what do you think about North Carolina Central? I think I know where you're going because they just seem to always be there. But I guess the question is, can they complete the cycle and not leave it up to others to find themselves back into that cricket Celebration Bowl?
Well, the one thing you always go with, Dr. Gavia, especially this early in the season when you're doing your predictions.
Yes.
Who has their head coach coming back? North Carolina Central checks that box. Who has their starting quarterback and or an experienced quarterback coming back?
Check.
Central checks that box. That means Central should be in the hunt at the end of the season. So, yes, I just said it. Chennis has won 25 consecutive conference games. If there's one team that you would put on the watch-out game, it's going to be when Central and South Carolina State face each other, and that's going to be November 15th, the second to last game of the season. And that game is going to be at Central
this year.
Yes.
Which is key, I believe, in terms of what they're going to do. It's going to be fascinating when you talk about it this year. The MEAC does it a little bit different. As you see the SWAC, for those that follow that, you'll actually get the release during the media session. Here, they hold on to the release because it's part of the ESPN broadcast, which is on ESPN Plus. They want to see that, which is at 12 o'clock in terms of what time they get done. So since we won't get those releases while we're on air, I want to get your thoughts, just talking about North Carolina Central, but let's go down the entire ranking. Where do you think you're going to get these 6 teams? Obviously, South Carolina State, Chennis Berry, we just talked to him. They won it last year. And then you got new coaches at Norfolk State, if you would, in terms of what that might be, Michael Vick. And then you have Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State. And then you also have Howard that made it here 2 years ago in terms of making the championship, in terms of what looks like there. Where are you thinking about these teams in terms of where they would finish? How would you have them ranked?
Let's talk about what we're going to see. What we're going to see at 12 o'clock Eastern is chalk.
Okay.
South Carolina State will be 1, Central will be 2, and if you look at the way they finished last year, that's going to be what you're going to see at 12 o'clock. Never fails.
You think it's going to be pretty close?
Never fails.
Between the two, or you think it'll be a gap between them?
Now, the votes will probably be closer, but I think we're going to go with chalk as far as what we're going to see. Now, what do I personally think? I think I love Chennis, but I think I'm leaning more towards Trey Oliver and Central as my number 1.
And you know what
South
would
Carolina
give me
State.
You know what would give me that edge is what you pointed out, where that game is going to be played this year.
That, and once again, that coach quarterback combo coming back. So now the one thing that it doesn't in the MEAC affect as much, because the MEAC's conference schedule is backloaded the last 5 games of the season, versus some other conferences that mix in games early, where you would love to have that experienced quarterback in those early games. By that time, heck, we know we got 6 teams. 3 of the starting quarterbacks on day 1 will not be the quarterback when we come to conference play. The numbers just say that. I don't know which 3 it will be. Don't quote me on that. But just the numbers will be it injury, be it poor performance, whatever the case is. 3 of the 6 on average will not be the quarterback of their respective team the last 5 weeks of the season.
Who's going to be the odd team out when you took that? We don't have to list all 6, but if you had to put your stuff on it predicted, who you have 5 and 6?
I'm gonna say the 2 NFL guys.
Wow, interesting. You talking about a lot of motivation, but I can see that.
Yeah, I think Morgan is going to be the The team defensively, Morgan has been good since Wilson has been there. Defensively, Morgan was good before Wilson got there. Can Morgan get something offensively done? Yeah. If they can, and their defense maintains that level that they've had under Coach Wilson, I think Morgan is going to be the team. If they don't win it, they will be the team that keeps somebody else from winning it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
One other thing I want to look at, Dr. Cavill.
Go ahead.
I want to look at Central schedule. The way that they did their schedule is a perfect way for a MEAC team to do their schedule. They've got their mix of HBCU non-conference games, and then they've got their mix of FCS games. They have no paycheck games. Well, they got Old Dominion. Old Dominion is a
FBS.
It's an FBS. So they've got the one FBS.
Yep.
They've got the one D2. They've got a mixture of HBCUs and non-HBCUs on their schedule on the FCS level. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4 non-conference games against HBCUs. That being Southern for the
open it up
for the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff.
We were there for the media
presser
debut
last week.
And you were running the presser, and while I was there to get my question in, and let me say on record, did an excellent job in terms of getting that done there.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement around that game.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement around that game.
Fayetteville State, your natural D2 rival.
Yep. In-state.
Yes. Aggie Eagle Classic.
Yep. Heated rival. They
enough
won't
said.
even say each other's name.
Enough said. School down the road, school down the highway, as they like to say to each other. And then they've got FAMU, which is a traditional MEAC rival.
Yep.
So, and then in your non-
They go to Tallahassee or
yes, in Tallahassee. And then for your non-HBCU games, you've got New Hampshire, Old Dominion, who's
They returning the game. They went up to New Hampshire a couple of years ago and got a big victory when New Hampshire was top 25.
Top 25, yes. You've got Old Dominion, which is your FBS game.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got East Texas A&M. Down your direction, Dr. Cavill, you might be able to sneak over to that game in Commerce.
Yeah, I'd be interested in going down there and support them. Have to look at my schedule to get a little more into it and see about
September 27th.
Yeah, that's a good time to look at what's going on there.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a schedule. I like that in terms of that back end. The second to the last game is the game we was talking about, South Carolina State. But then they have Morgan State to close thing out. Where's the Morgan State game?
Morgan State will be right here about, I think it's about 5 miles from here to Morgan's campus. I've been there from here.
Okay.
So, yes.
Good stuff.
Just to give you, you talk about this stadium. Not my first time in this stadium either, Dr. Cavill. I was here with the convention, and we had a luncheon or dinner or something, and we were down on the lower level when we had that dinner. But I've even got a bigger, more interesting story for you, Dr. Cavill.
Go ahead.
Flew in from Atlanta yesterday, sitting on the plane, and I look, and I see somebody. I wave at them. They a little bit of a distance. They see me, but they didn't recognize who I was. Simone Stanley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then she's walking past on the plane, and she stops at my aisle. We happen to be sitting on the same row, on the same flight.
That's pretty good.
Come in here, and then somebody was sitting between us because I had the window seat, she had the outside seat.
Putting in her work, so good stuff
HBCU
when you talk about
game
that.
Day.
We see some of the guys floating around here. We got Delaware State on the other row. They're going through their questions. We'll see if we can flag and get somebody's attention. But just saw Walker, talking about Walker getting ready to get an interview, the quarterback of North Carolina Central. So fascinating when you talk about these folks here. You got Lynn Thompson out there in terms of what he's getting done. So really excited what that looks like. Fascinating to see with it.
Also, Dr. Gil, let's bring the man over.
Yep, we got John Grant coming in here. Let's get him in here to talk about some of that. So as we bring him up, as he shakes some final hands, we got the man in terms of John Grant. He's executive director of the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Obviously, open things up with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge.
Kickoff.
Kickoff.
Got to add the kickoff at the end.
Got to add the kickoff. I appreciate that. AD is at work making sure he puts it in there. And then, obviously, now you have the Red Lobster Band of the Year. I got a chance last night as we broke some bread in terms of dinner. We got prepared for that. You know, shout out to Miles College. We just talked a little bit about those Bears and that band. Well, the band won the what we call the mid-major division. They call the small division over there. And they had rings, really nice rings.
Did you see the ones FAMU put
Yeah,
out?
I saw that too. I was getting to them in terms of the major division, or they call it, or the large bands, did a wonderful job in terms of them getting rings as well. So as if you know and bumped into John Grant, once he gets to talk and he talks about the Celebration Bowl and those kind of things, he gets to preaching about everybody's need and desire to be prepared to get to that game. He's doing that with some of the Delaware State faithful in terms of the players as well as the media group. So it's fascinating to see when he gets that done. But let me ask you this as we wait on him to close it out. How has been your experience working with John in terms of being the communication person for all these events, starting off with your first event we just mentioned a little bit earlier with the media day for the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff event?
Actually, I want to back it up. Before I answer that question, I want to ask you a question about the night before when we had the media appreciation dinner. So tell us about that, because that was one of the ideas that we had, especially me coming from the media side, now coordinating this. Nobody had done anything like that for media, just to show what we do, to just show the appreciation of what they do on an everyday basis. And for those of y'all who do not know, a lot of members of the media, especially in this HBCU space, do a lot of this stuff out of their pocket because they have very little sponsorship or limited sponsorship for what they do. So being able to put together then, and some of you guys have seen the picture on social media. I know Black College Experience, Keisha Kelly, put the group picture of us out from us. We had 30-plus members of media there, Dr. Kavir. Talk about that first before I get into
certainly.
my experience.
I'm glad you gave me that opportunity. It was a wonderful event. Really always exciting when you can just get a chance to see your fellow HBCU media. A lot of folks were there, and we got to chop it up because oftentimes when you see each other, you're in a working relationship, so you get a quick hello. If you get a little bit of chance, you get to exchange, ask somebody how they're doing, and talk a little bit about their family from that perspective. But usually quickly you got to get back to your chair, making sure you're not missing any key points of the game or moving around. At best, maybe when you take a quick bite to eat, you get to check on some people for a little bit. But this was a chance to have us celebrate each other. So I was very appreciative, for one, that you all put that together and gave us the space. And then it was unique because you got not only to eat, but it was in a game where you could participate in various old school arcade games. Thank you. In terms of that. And then you had your natural, some of those games you play in those facilities where you toss the bean bag and things of that. Had the bowling alley in there. So we
kind
were
of like
also
a Dave and Buster's on steroids, everybody.
Correct. Good purpose example for folks that are doing that. So with that being said, fascinating in terms of that. So I was very appreciative. I thought it was a wonderful event and glad that you all took the time to put that together.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, getting back to your question. And I mentioned this to the rest of my team, and I say my team, the team there, Lavasha, Grayson, and Alexis, that I've been thankful of them since joining the group over at ESPN Events, Dr. Kavir, because what the four of us do on a daily to get the word out to the media about the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff, the Red Lobster Band of the Year, and the Cricket Celebration Bowl, I have to do solo at my institution where I work at. So it makes me appreciate more because now I'm not out there by myself getting all this done. I don't have to be a one-man band. I can relax and concentrate on my portion of the puzzle instead of trying to put together the whole portion, Dr. Kavir. So that has been great, having those resources where I'm not doing it by myself. The communication has been great. We bounce ideas off of each other. Yes, no, maybe, and we hold each other accountable, Dr. Cavill. That's the other key piece. If we see something, we say something. If we see, hey, I like that idea, but something off. Look in the upper right hand corner of that graphic is slightly off and everything. We make those corrections, and there's no friction about it. We all had the one goal of putting the best product out there and getting the word out, because we want y'all to come to these 3 events. If you can't come to the event, we need you to watch the event on the ESPN platforms.
Exactly. Well said. Like a pro you are. In terms of scheduling, give us a little bit more in terms of scheduling. Looks like we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back on the other side and see which direction we're going to come in. It looks like we should be visited by John Crant. Let's take another break and come back on the other side. This is BCSN Game Time. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern, Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
Stride K-12 powered schools are ready to put over 20 years of being a leader in online education to work for you. Dive into curriculum designed for the online classroom. Team up with state-certified teachers trained in virtual instruction. Take control of your child's education journey. Discover the power of personalized learning with a leader experienced in preparing kids for a future they can be excited about. Take charge. Stride K-12. Enroll now for the fall.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you.
Attention football fans. The Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff is back in Atlanta on August 23rd. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC Southern. Join us at Center Park Stadium for a full day of tailgating, football, and bands. For more information and tickets, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
This is Dr. Cavill with AD, and you know this stranger. He's actually no stranger to a lot of y'all out here, which is John Grant. We're back with BCSN Game Time. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland, here in the Ravens Stadium, NFL team for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day. With that being said, we have the executive director of many events. I'll stick with the one that opens things up. And then at the end of the day, it closes. So what starts in Atlanta stays in Atlanta, which is the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff. I want to make sure I add that there. And then you end it with the Cricket Celebration Bowl. And that weekend, you have the Red Lobster Band of the Year, which I got a chance to see the rings. And we talk a little bit about Miles College and FAMU rings. They got it right. Let me tell y'all about that. Y'all get a chance, and I'm sure you'll see that in the social media spaces out there. But how was your trip in, and how are you doing, John?
I'm great, and let me start by thanking you guys for having me. It's always good.
Pleasure.
It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you as well, AD, because I watch you guys a lot. So thank you so much for having me. What a great event here, man. To have this, there are so many media representatives here today, and I can tell you, I think this is the most I've seen at a MEAC Media Day in years. So obviously being here in Baltimore was the right move for them, and just excited to be here, man.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, and we kind of opened it up and celebrated the fact that the media, HBCU media, and other media got the message, and they're here, showing up and showing out. A lot of good dialogue going on. We have Delaware State players in the background, North Carolina Central, and as they do at this age, they're on the phone checking out and see where their next spot is and things of that nature. But let's get back to you in terms of what has you excited about this season?
Oh, man, where do you start? First, I'm excited just because we're talking about football. we're talking about football. And so the mere fact that we are having these conversations, we're at the media days. We were all together at the SWAC Media Day
just a week ago,
and here at the MEAC Media Day today. So there's certainly a lot of excitement and anticipation. You know, what's interesting, and I'm sure you guys have seen it in your conversations, you know, we got a lot of new coaches.
Yeah.
And so with that comes a lot of anticipation. The fact that I'm talking to some of the players here, everyone is excited because they want to get the season started. But everyone stops me and says, you know, I guess this jacket tells them they want to get to Atlanta at the end of the season.
Yeah, they make sure they want to mention it to you. It's like, thank you for what you're doing, but our goal is to get down there.
but you got to remind me, there's no bid. You got to earn your way there.
I just was saying that same thing to Coach Deshaun Johnson of Delaware State. Jackson at Delaware State. He said, you know what, my goal is to come to Atlanta. And same thing with Coach Vic from Norfolk and Coach Berry and you know, you go down the list, Coach Oliver, everyone's saying the same thing about, hey, I want to get to Atlanta. So
Coach Scott, Coach Wilson.
You can go on and on, but everyone
Oliver has been there. He wants to get back.
He wants to get
along with Coach Scott in terms of what they were able to do.
Oh, that's right.
What is your excitement in terms of preparation? How do you prepare for such large events?
Well, you know, that is an excellent question because I love it because a lot of people ask me, well, what am I doing when it's not time for the event? They think that we just show up on game day
right.
and or a week before or maybe even a month before. But, you know, I have a great team, and that team has been working diligently around the clock to get ready. We know that the stage for us is big to open the season because, you know, we're in prime time on Saturday on the first day of college football. So
that's lovely.
We have to make sure that we're delivering a world-class experience, not only to the student athletes that are participating and the bands that are participating, but certainly the fans who come, that they get to come to an event that they don't necessarily get to experience, and then for the fans who watch. So we're committed to that, and we're committed to the fact that those experiences have to be second to none.
AD, go ahead.
Speaking of those experiences, I'm gonna let you have the mic and tell everybody why. First of all, where they can get the tickets at, and why they need to get to Atlanta first on August 23rd, and then come back at the end of the year for our events at the end of the year. But where
the big prize,
the big prize is
true.
We got two of them that we giving out at the end of the year. But where they can get their tickets at now, and why they need to be in Atlanta August 23rd, 7:30 p.m., Center Park Stadium. Or if you can't be there, you got to be watching it on ABC.
Absolutely. Well,
because that's our big game.
It is. You can visit MEACSWACchallenge.com, MEACSWACchallenge.com for schedules of events, information, and specifically tickets if on the website. But you're absolutely correct, AD. If you love college football or if you want a great experience that's around college football, because, you know, we recognize the fact that our fans love the social aspect of sport, and so we really work hard to create experiential and experience in the stadium and outside the stadium that meets that need. So you can have
engagement is second to none.
Great time at a football game, and we want you to have that great time outside, but we also create a great time and experience on the inside. And so bring your family, bring your kids. We make it very kid friendly. The price points, we keep them at a certain point because we want people to be able to bring their families. And this year also we have a kid zone in our fan experience. That's, you know, when families come to the fan experience, they got something for their kids to do.
Good stuff, good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about not just this upcoming matchup with a lot of people we're excited about with North Carolina Central out of the MEAC, Southern out of the SWAC. Southern has not lost since they played in the game. Central has been very successful in the game. But beyond that, if you would, go back to some of these other matchups as folks start thinking about you going forward. I heard that you even added another year in terms of that announcement. So if you go down the list and include 2028.
Well, thank you for that. That's a great question because we very much look out into the future for this game. So this year, obviously, we have a great matchup. We couldn't have picked a better matchup for the 20th anniversary.
Because these are two teams that really could be back at the end of the year if they earn their way.
Absolutely. So the opportunity, you think about it. North Carolina Central was one game away from making it to the Celebration Bowl. Southern was one game away from making it to the Celebration Bowl. And now you have, these two teams.
Quarterbacks coming back?
Yes, opening the college football season, which makes the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff truly a major event in college football. But next year, hey, we've got Alabama A&M taking on Howard to open the season. And in 2027, we have Alabama State taking on South Carolina State. In 2028, we have 2028 is Norfolk State against Jackson State.
Wow.
And we're finalizing 2029 now, so
wow.
We're gonna be making an announcement on that in the very near future. But you think about the matchups we just mentioned.
Star-studded. Great brand.
Absolutely. And a great place, we don't think there's any place better than Atlanta, which is Wakanda, to have an event like this, to open the season, and to really get everyone excited about college football.
Love my residence, but in terms of a place that I love to visit, and I think you probably recognize that by now because every chance I get, you be like, hey, we doing so. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. It's like, oh, you doing small? Yeah, I'll be there. Go ahead, AD.
Last question I have for you, Mr. Grant. You mentioned it last week during the press conference, but I really need you to reiterate it again. This Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff, which did not have all the names at one point in time, was on life support a few years ago, and it was dangerously close to being
history.
Yes. So just so people understand the magnitude of where we have come from, because I'm a history buff, where we have come from and where we are today and where we're going to in the future. Can you please just kind of briefly go through that again?
Well, this year we're fortunate that we're celebrating 20 years this year. In 2015, we launched the Celebration Bowl, which became the certainly national championship for HBCUs. But the MEAC SWAC Challenge was founded to give the teams in the MEAC, which was then going to be the champions of the MEAC and the SWAC, a bowl experience at the opening of the season. That was the original intent of it. So that, and with that, they got all of the, everything that went with the bowl game, the experiences, the gifts, multiple days in the city, etc. The game went from Birmingham to Orlando. We're in Orlando a number of years, and then in 2016, it went on the road to Bethune-Cookman, and then in 2017, it was at Southern University. But in that time, within that window of time when the Celebration Bowl came on the scene, the purpose of the MEAC SWAC Challenge sort of shifted, and if we were frank about it, the amount of attention and focus to it didn't really exist as much. So there wasn't as much engagement relative to sponsorship and all of that. So by 2017, because of the success of the Celebration Bowl, ESPN was looking to make a decision whether we continue it or do we discontinue. And in conversations, we requested, let's just bring it to Atlanta, give us 3 years on it to turn it around, and we're able to do so in 2. And now the game today
20th anniversary
is the 20th anniversary, but that game is now we have sellout crowds every year.
Wow.
It's also the second most watched game on week 0, and having that game to go from where it was, as you mentioned, AD, to now
amazing. A lot of hard
being
work.
in prime time on ABC at 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
That's
testament.
It's a testament to the goodness of God. It's a testament to the commitment of fans and a staff and a team. But more importantly, let me say this to you guys.
Please.
It's also a testament to you the media, because when no one was looking, you know, it was our black media, our HBCU media, and podcasts and guys like you who kept the lights on for us, who talked about us when no one else was, and who actually built this up to something that now, as I mentioned before, you know, millions of people are watching. But our commitment remains with those. You know, my dad always told me, you go home with the one you brought.
Yeah.
And so you guys brought us, and we're going to ride with you.
I appreciate it. Perfect word to close it out. John, having you on is always a pleasure because you get great information, but your friendship in terms of building and allowing us to build in the business is second to none. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day. And we're giving you that coverage. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, get a chance to talk to many individuals. But this is BCSN in terms of game time. We'll be right back after this break.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern, Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
Stride K-12 powered schools are ready to put over 20 years of being a leader in online education to work for you. Dive into curriculum design for the online classroom. Team up with state-certified teachers trained in virtual instruction. Take control of your child's education journey. Discover the power of personalized learning with a leader experienced in preparing kids for a future they can be excited about. Take charge. Stride K-12. Enroll now for the fall.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube.
This is Dr. Cavill with BCSN Game Time. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland at the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day. We have one of the coaches of the hour, Coach Deshaun Jackson. Let's start it off in terms of how has been your experience thus far in terms of leading the Delaware State Hornets football program.
Man, thanks for having me, first and foremost, man. Delaware
pleasure.
State Hornets in the building. You know, it's the experience has been great, man. I've been able to enjoy it. I fell in love with, you know, going to work. I fell in love with the grind, the hustle. For me, man, this is something that obviously I never coached at this level. I coached high school last year for 1 year, and it's just exciting, man, to be able to. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like obviously being a player and seeing how much time the players. Seeing how much time the coaches spent in the building.
Right.
Like for me, I was always like, man,
I'm good.
Cool. I played so many years playing NFL, college.
I'll do something else to make my money.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't really want to do that. So I ain't gonna lie, man. When I stepped into this position, man, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than what it was. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than it was. And honestly, man, it's by the time you look up, maybe like 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm like, damn, the day done already. So it's been fun, man. I've been having a good time.
Good. You brought a couple of players with you. Tell us a little bit about. I always like to ask the question because you go through that mindset. Why did you decide to bring these players?
So these players, Brian Bates was a linebacker on the team last year. Marquise Gillis was our running back on the team last year, and these guys were on the team last year, and they was a part of. You know, the bad. You know, I look at the bad as, you know, they 2-22 over the past 2 years.
Truthful.
So these are guys that I feel like they're glue guys. They're grit guys. They're guys that's they understand the process. And, you know, where we want to go, I feel like, you know, these guys are leaders in our teams. And I think, you know, they understand the message and the standard being the standard. And, you know, these two guys are somebody that I'm going to rely on a lot this year.
Let AD jump in here and I'll follow up.
All right, Coach, obviously you've played at the biggest stage, playing in the league. So coming to an HBCU, now you haven't experienced the atmosphere at an HBCU game as a coach yet, but what are you looking forward to when you do step into an HBCU on HBCU game?
I mean, yes, it's going to be a great experience. How I've been hearing the ins and outs of HBCU culture.
The trash talking.
The hostile environments, the homecoming,
Right.
the Greeks, the bands.
There you go.
I mean, it's a lot. So, I mean, for me, you know, playing at Pac-10 when I was coming out, I was playing at Pac-10. I played at Cal. The environment was pretty crazy as well too. But I think just it's gonna be a notch up. I'm gonna just be real.
Yeah, no doubt.
And now I've got to ask you about this. You know, everybody who's a MEAC fan has circled the one game, the Thursday night, when you and your former teammate with the Eagles play each other in the link.
That's pretty awesome. That is pretty
Has
awesome.
that game been picked up
Yeah,
yet?
October 30th.
Yeah, has that game been picked
It's on
up by
ESPN. It's
it
on
has
E-
been picked up by ESPN.
Yeah, it's on ESPN.
Okay, so
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just talk about what that's going to mean. Not only walking into where you used to play at and where you did so many great things as a player, playing against one of your friends or former teammate. Just talk about what you think is going to go through your mind when that game occurs.
I mean, for me, honestly, I mean, we played so many games together, and we had so much success on that field alone. We only entered that field one time, and as a player, we went on the field to play the game. So now we're gonna enter it to coach the game. It's gonna be totally different. So I think coming out and seeing that, but we on the opposite ends of the field, but we're not on the same side. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just gonna be crazy. But it's gonna be for me, a dream come true. Because I always wanted to see myself leading a university or leading a group of men, and now I'm able to do that. I'm able to be the head coach, and that's just every day I wake up, man. I'm just motivated.
Let me ask last thing. Which one of y'all gonna be back on the familiar sideline? Who gonna be on the other side?
Oh, that's our home game. So I'm gonna be on the home side, which is crazy though, because I think Vic too. We both been on the opposite side because he played for Atlanta, and I played for other teams as well too. So we both been on both sides.
So you understand?
We understand. Yeah, the other side, it ain't as good.
We're gonna bring the players in after this question.
Okay,
but I wanted to ask you a little bit about staying in that area with your business connection, your business background, and part of that you get to bring in to Delaware State as well as the MEAC.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure in terms of getting that game done, even maybe having the MEAC Media Day here, talk a little bit about you lending your brand to help uplift Delaware State and the MEAC and other programs within it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a blessing. Just being able to be in this position, being able to use my resources, being able to, have connections and relationships like that, to be able to play a regular season game at Lincoln Financial. That's an NFL stadium. So that's huge, and to accomplish that is not easy. I want to let you guys know it was a lot of conversations. It was a lot of back and forth, and at the end of the day, it's all dollars and cents. It got to be the ancillary dollars. It got to make sense. So from a university standpoint, and obviously the Eagles, for us to be able to use that stadium, they got to make sense for them as well too. So, and like you said, being here, the MEAC, being able to use this stadium where I once played as well too. I retired in 2022, and I played for the Ravens the last year. So, I mean, everything is full circle, man. It's just crazy how, God works.
This day got you written all over it, man.
Do, man. Come on, man. Let's go. This season got my name written on it, too.
So we're going to see you in Atlanta in December is what you're saying?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
All right, we're going to work on the execution.
You're damn right.
The other part, might as well.
Yeah, you're damn right. Oh.
Come on in. You guys please have a seat.
I said a blooper.
How's it going, my guy?
Good. Glad to be here.
Deshaun, again, if you would, I know you talked about it earlier, but introduce who you brought here so we can ask him a couple questions.
All right, to my left, I got my boy, my running back, man. I got Marquise Gillis. And to the right, I got my man in the middle, man, my boy Brian Bates, man, linebacker, man. So these two, like I told you, man, these are my glue guys. They're leaders of our team, man, and they been a part of the bad, and obviously we trying to turn around and be a part of the good. So that's why they're here today.
Marquise, let's start with you in terms of your thought. Easy one here. How has your experience been thus far under the leadership of Coach Jackson?
My experience has been good. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see like how he is as a person, as a coach, and more so like as a mentor. We spend a lot of time together. We talk about a lot of X's and O's, but we speak more about like life as well, how we attack each and every day, and that translates on and off the field. So yeah.
Same question for you. Talk a little bit about your experiences thus far and how it's meant to you.
Yeah, my experience so far has been amazing. Coach Jack, amazing coach, and even the coaches he's brought in, and they've been pouring into me since they got here and motivating me the best player I can be.
AD?
All right, fellas, I need y'all to be honest. When y'all was sitting at home and you found out this man was your head coach, tell me how many people blew up y'all phone with texts, tweets, inboxes, and everything else, fellas.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way because before our last coaching staff, everything wasn't glitz and glamour, but we're getting a lot of spotlight because of this guy right here, the stature he is to the public and all that. But the most importantly part, we're trying to play the part and perform for our fans and Delaware State.
Yeah, that's a fact, and it was crazy. Everybody was hitting the gram, Twitter, all that. They was blowing it up.
I like the terminology up off the gram. Help me with
It's IG to us old folk.
With that being said, let's get in a little bit about the schedule. What do you think about the schedule? And when I ask that, I know from a coaching perspective, and you focus on that because you listen to your coaches. One game at a time. It's the opening game. But if you would, from a fan perspective, will you allow us to get in there in terms of fans to kind of drive you maybe a little more?
Yeah.
If it's nothing else to shut them up, which place gets you excited in terms of conference play?
I would say October 30th at the Lincoln, man. I anticipating on that game, man. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yes, sir. I'll piggyback off what Bates said. That Link game, that's going to be a legacy game, I feel like, for us and the coaches, Years down the road, we're going to be able to look back and we're going to see who's going to be able to talk smack about that game.
So talk a little bit about in terms of offense as we get ready to close and let you move around here. Let me know in terms of offensively, what do you look to get done? And then in terms of defense, we can look at you as well.
You're talking about personal goals or as a whole collective offense?
Let's look at both. Talk about your personal goals and a little bit from the team.
First, I'll talk about our whole team on offense. We got a little saying called like slide first, so we don't have to retaliate. We want to attack the defense on all facets, all levels of the game. I mean, personally, I want to crack 1,000 yards, 10+ touchdowns. That's the goal.
Yeah, and for a singular goal, it's important because if you can do that individually, you're helping the team.
Yes, sir.
From a defensive
Yeah, from a defensive standpoint, we're gonna play smash mouth football all 4 quarters of the game.
Talk heavy.
And we're gonna be real aggressive, and we're gonna shut down everything from the pass to run first, of course, but everything gonna be shut down. And personal goals, I'm going for the All-American, all MEAC, all that, everything.
Let's go. I like high expectations. Last thing, we'll leave it with you, Coach Jackson. Any final thoughts you have?
Nah, man, no final thoughts, man. I'm just excited for the season. I'm excited for the world to see, the Delaware State Hornets this year. I think these guys been putting in a lot of hard work, so I'm just excited for them to go out on the field, man, and show off that hard work they've been putting in.
Certainly. Appreciate you bringing your talents to the MEAC HBCU.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
This is BCSN Game Time. We'll be right back after this next break.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
There's a shot to right. It could be. Right field. Grand slam. What a shot. That's how you get hot, young fella.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do, and all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable.
This is Dr. Ville AD with BCSN Game Time. We're here at 2025 MEAC Football Media Day in terms of Baltimore, Maryland with Coach Michael Vick. Yes, you heard it. here first. Coach Michael Vick, how has your experience been thus far?
Oh man, the experience has been amazing, and not only has the players made it amazing, my coaching staff has made it amazing. They made it fun. It's been vibrant every day. We've been learning together, learning each other, and it's been super cool.
Let's talk a little bit about who you brought with you and why.
I brought Khalif Jemison, who a defensive back. Nothing but great things to say about Khalif. His coaches rave about him all the time. I watch him in practice, and fortunately for me, I get to watch both sides of the ball. Sometimes I pay way too much attention to the offensive side of the ball.
I wonder
but
why.
I trust my defensive coaches that much. So Khalif is a leader. He's smart. He understands the game. He's buying in, and I was told from day one that he'll be a team captain, and that's why he's here. Drayshawn Kendrick. Yeah, and Drayshawn Kendrick is amazing athlete, great receiver for us, great feet, great hands, great route runner, and understands the game and the position and how to play it. Tremendous leader, one of our seniors and a guy that guys look up to and they listen to. So when he talks, the whole room stops and listens, and I think that's important.
Let's talk a little bit about in terms of what you want to see get done on the field from an offensive perspective and a defensive perspective. Obviously, special teams is key, but if you would, let's go with those two sides of the ball.
Yeah, well, let's start with special teams first. Cause
that's fair.
I mean, we lost a couple games last year on special teams alone. A couple high snaps, missed kicks. Like had games won. Maybe it was this year or the year before prior.
Both. Yep.
So I think that needed to be addressed. I brought in Torrey Woodbury, who has a lot of experience with special teams, and was with the Rams, assistant special teams coach for years, and he's an amazing coach. On the offensive side of the ball, we got some great players, great talent. Continue to add on. After coming out of the spring, wanted to see what we had and give it a look, give our team a look, and give everybody a fair opportunity before I started to bring in players. And knowing that this year one. The expectations are high because we set the expectations high, but still wanted to bring in the right guys. And so we got good players all across the board. It's got to continue to grow and get better. And on the defensive side of the ball, it's just a really aggressive defense. But ultimately, just wanted to get better up front. I think we have a great scheme. Our defensive coordinator, Terrence Garvin, understands the game, studies really, really hard, studies the game. Has coaching experience and has my trust all across the board. And that's what this is all about. This is about growth, giving guys an opportunity to grow. If they never get a chance to show it, then how would you know if they can do it? And so I believe in my coaches, and we, Brian Shepard, is our offensive coordinator. He's done a great job with the offense, and so we just meshing it all together.
While I turn it over to your AD, let's make sure we get a shot of the tight whites. Coach Vick out here getting it done in terms of
So my coach, running backs coach Andre Kendrick, said somebody was joking on me. I don't know who it was, but he said, you got your Air Force Ones, and then you got these the ones. So they call these the vegan whites, man. They the vegan whites.
Clean, vegan white.
There you
Coach
go.
Living clean, get it?
Yeah, Coach Tennis got the Pradas on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what to wear next year.
Go ahead, AD.
Coach Vick, growing up, you're essentially back at home. You grew up, spent a lot of time on HBCU campuses growing up. But how has it been different since you actually have been there, working there at an HBCU at Norfolk State? How's your experience been thus far?
Yeah, well, it's been great. Anything new, you got to adjust, and you got to figure out the ins and outs. You got to live it out day by day. And you got to be in the office and understand what's actually happening, what's going on. They give me leeway to adjust. I kind of came in hot, man, and certainly for a coach with not a lot of experience, I feel like coming out of the spring, I got the experience that I needed. And my coaches and my staff has been a tremendous help and helping me on a day-to-day basis. I ask a lot of questions because I have to, and draw back on my old experiences and just meshing it all together. And now I feel like we got a good product and we can go compete.
Well, last question here as we get you out of here. Talk a little bit about the brand. Brand is extremely important, and you came from an environment where brand was at its highest level. So if you've done it, now you get an opportunity where you get to share a part in that brand.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
Norfolk State,
For
with
sure.
the MEAC,
For sure.
also with HBCU sports. So
Yeah.
one, we appreciate that, but
Yeah.
talk a little bit about why that became important to you. We see that with the Lincoln Financial football game with Delaware State. Y'all partnered together. I'm sure that didn't just happen because people wanted that game to happen.
Yeah.
You helped make it. Maybe even here, part of the MEAC Football Media Day, the
Yeah.
opportunity to bring it to
Absolutely.
NFL Stadium.
Absolutely.
Talk about why that is important, why you decided to lend your brand in partnership with these other large brands.
And I think you said it. The key word that I was looking for when I was, thinking about your question is the partnership. Partnership with the MEAC, partnership with the Norfolk State and their brand, and the MEAC's brand, and people being bold enough. And Dr. J, our president, shout out to Dr. J, 80 Webb. Shout out to 80 Webb for making a decision that's it's a tough decision to make. And you got to be bold when you make decisions like this, and they made the right decision. But it takes a group of very intelligent people, I think, to make it work. And so we brand building all across the board. And I can't take this for granted. I'm gonna represent the brand each and every day. I wake up and roll out of bed. I represent the MEAC. I represent Norfolk State, and I got to put on for my coaches and my players. And so, I just got to lead by example. Continue to do that because there's other people leading as well. So I'm gonna represent the brand to the fullest.
I appreciate you sharing that.
My man.
This is BCSN Game Time. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Time. This is Game Time. We'll be right back after the break.
Go Spot.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Attention football fans. The Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge kickoff is back in Atlanta on August 23rd. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC Southern. Join us at Center Park Stadium for a full day of tailgating, football, and bands. For more information and tickets, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
We're here with BCSN Game Time in Baltimore, Maryland for the 2025 MEAC Football Media Day. It seemed like it was just yesterday, Coach Scott. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Time does fly, man. Time does fly.
They say over there, Howard, y'all dress the part. Y'all dress well.
Hey, man.
Double breast. Talk a little bit. Talk heavy.
Look, I'm a big believer in what Deion says, man. Look at you look good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. So, big believer in that. Big believer in that. So, Deion's a Florida guy. I'm a Florida guy. I believe in that. That's just, how you carry yourself and how you do one thing is how you do everything. So,
y'all Florida guys stick together. I like that. With that being said, let's get in a little bit of the action. How you feel about the season?
Man, I feel great about it. I think, last year was a year that we went through. Obviously, wasn't what we wanted. And we took a hard look at it and reflected back on it to find the problem areas and make sure we got a really good plan of attack this offseason. We drew up the plan, what that looked like, and the young men attacked it. Whether that was us in the recruiting standpoint and building the roster and continuing to keep it robust and building in the places and spots that we needed to build some more depth. Whether we did that through, transfers or, senior graduate transfers, or we did that with knowing that we had a lot of youth and developing in the weight room and in the classroom. And so we attacked it, man. I think this has been, I will say, our best offseason since I've been there. And the thing that's most exciting about that is it's been more player-led than ever. The accountability that's coming from our leadership committee, peer-to-peer, one to the other, has gotten it to a point to where, hey, man, when I challenge you, I'm not challenging your manhood. I'm not challenging who you are. I'm challenging your performance right now. And so those guys have gotten into that, and they hold each other high, and that permeates down to our young players. So I'm excited about what I've been seeing.
That's good. All right. Talk about the two players that you brought here and why.
What's that one more time?
Talk about the players. Sorry, they got the going up here as they're getting prepared. Talk about 2 guys that you brought with you and why you decided to bring them.
Oh, man, Braylon Smith on the offensive side of the ball. Braylon's been a guy that's been in our program, has done it right. I mean, from the time he came in academically, he's already a graduate. He's going into grad school. He's made explosive, plays as a punt returner and as a receiver. And he's on our leadership committee, and he's found his voice in leadership now. He's always kind of been a lead by, actions guy, work hard and be where he's supposed to be, the way he's supposed to do it. He's ran and walked in the program the way you want to. And so now to have that opportunity to lead and be a guy that we're going to really depend on this year in a lot of areas, to have him here and now he has his voice, it's been awesome. It's been awesome for our football team because it's somebody they respect. And then Judah Majimsi, the linebacker, is the epitome of what you see at Howard. He walked onto the program. We chose him as a walk-on. He walked into the program, sat for a year. 2 years he built, got bigger, stronger, faster, came along, started playing really well, and I had to reward him with a scholarship. So he earned a scholarship 2 years ago and has been a staple, and he is probably the heartbeat of our football team right now, especially our defense. And when he speaks, everybody listens because Judah's just one of those guys.
Yeah, he's did it. Go ahead, AJ.
We've been focusing on the sneaker game. Let's focus in on the hard bottom game right quick.
You got to mix it up.
First of all, I just want everybody to see these hard bottoms coaches got on. We've been showing the sneakers off with these coaches. But my question to you, Coach, is you opened up the game, Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Orange Blossom Classic.
Yeah.
Florida A&M. Florida A&M is back in the Orange Blossom Classic, and then you guys get to come down. Yep. What is that opening game going to mean to you, especially in your challenge for both of you guys to wind up in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think that's the whole object.
Where y'all both were. Yes.
The last time we played each other, and then we opened up with each other, and I told him, I said, I want nothing more perfect than to end it with you again. Yeah. So, and I think when you set yourself up to playing games like that and venues like that, the kids get excited. The off season is exciting. They're working hard. They know what's coming. And I think that's what we also got to realize as we schedule and do things, man. It's about giving these kids a big time experience, and we're doing a good job of that. As we'll leave there, and then we'll play Temple in Philly, and then we'll leave there and we play in New York City, then we come back and play in Audi Field, and so we're going to set our guys up to be excited about what's coming, so that we're always measuring ways to get the best out of them. And that's a big recruiting ploy. That's recruiting your team. That's getting guys to stay around here because they know they're going to have opportunities to do that, and they don't have to go searching for other universities are playing in venues and have opportunities to play on TV like that in big time games. So, man, we're truly excited to get down to Miami, bring our brand from the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast down to Miami, Florida, an area that I'm very familiar with. Lived there for 5 or 6 years, coached there, recruited down there. I know a lot of people, high school coaches, and a lot of people in the community. The mayor of Miami Gardens. I recruited Ja'Cory Harris as a fireman. So there's a lot of history for me in Miami. So it's kind of a homecoming too at the same time.
Yeah. Speaking of New York City, 2 of the probably top recognizable HBCU names will be beaten in MetLife Stadium when Morehouse and Howard meet. Just talk about what that game, not so much as on the field, but just those 2 brands getting together in the nation's largest city.
In the new landscape of college football, right? That's something that everybody should get excited about. Both fan bases and alumni and people throughout HBCU football should get excited about in this new landscape, because that's the thing. We got to also understand that we got to come together more and unite more as historically black colleges and universities now more than ever. And so to have that opportunity to showcase both these great universities in a MetLife Stadium and those things like that is what it's really coming down to being all about. And we got to protect our brand, and that's the way that you do it. You put them in these venues, you build this excitement and environment up, and now we got to start shifting some of that into how we use it and collectively come together in this new NIL space and use those games to pay for play, to pay for performance without devaluing education. I can go on and on about that, but at the end of the day, to put these 2 brands in the venue like that is something we should start doing more, and we should all be embracing and wrapping our arms around.
Well, let's go on a little more on it. Let's talk about the importance, because we're starting to see that. Whether it's Las Vegas, Miami, New York, where you see some of the aggressive ADs at HBCUs, VPs and presidents, looking about how they're going to get in this NIL space.
Yeah.
Opted in, one of the first decisions that needed to be made to allow you to even do that.
Yep.
Now you're talking about taking players to significant events, significant stadiums, and then what they help put together, they can partake in some of the revenue generated from it.
And it would be for us, by us. That's the biggest thing, right? It's like, okay, so if we're going to take these venues, the Raiders want to lean in, the Ravens want to lean in on us, and we come in here and we play in this venue and we create these classics. And then they, through whatever corporate America or corporate, support and all that stuff that we can get from that. We can divide some of the proceeds into NIL, into an NIL space in a pot for us to be our own collective as an HBCU, and as you know, and we can all work together on that. We talked about it in our conference meeting yesterday. You know, not one of us are going to be better than all of us as we build this space for what it's going to look like for the young people. Like, I love all you guys. We're going to need everybody. I'm going to beat you when we get ready to play that one time of the year. But other than that, we're going to have to work together in this new thing to figure it out. Yeah, for the young people that we're going to represent. And if we don't and start thinking that way and getting creative and out of the box and our thought process on how we're going to build it, we're going to see it fall behind. But we don't have to, because we have a great brand. It's time to put the brand on display and take it to cities like Las Vegas, take it to New York City, you know, take it to Dallas, take it all over the place and let it shine.
Yeah, we can do that in multiple sports. Football would be the beacon, the largest one. But
Basketball,
absolutely.
Even baseball.
Yeah, so on the golf course if we want to.
Golf courses in terms of.
It's because y'all got that Steph Curry money.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's close it up and get you out of here on this final thought, bringing it back to the football spaces. What has you excited about this season as we let you close?
I think, man, just, you know, in this landscape with the things that we're able to do at each of our independent universities, it's going to be fun to watch, you know, what's happening. A lot of rosters have a lot of turnover and all those type of things. We're fortunate that we haven't had a whole lot of that, you know, have an impact on us. But to see how we're all becoming competitive in this new landscape is going to be fun to watch. And I think it's going to bring a lot of parity throughout, you know, not only our conference but across, you know, across football as a whole. So just excited to see how this all is starting to unfold as you see all these new faces and in places that they hadn't been, new quarterbacks, new this, that, and the other. But also, I'm just excited to see our football team put what they've been doing hard and what we've been working on in the lab, you know, out on display.
I like that. Shout out to Inside the HBCU. In fact, we're going to help you with that NIL space in terms of pushing that out there, that idea, getting some more think tanks about supporting that. And right after we go off the air, I'll show you a specific example where we're on top of that, and we created an NIL partnership with a couple of institutions.
That's awesome.
SWAC, and we want to do it for the MEAC. With that, stick with us. We're going to close out. This is it as we're closing out the session, 2025 MEAC Football Media Day here in Baltimore.
Close it out from the Mecca.
Folks with
the Mecca.
No doubt about it.
Absolutely.
It's BCSN Game Time. You heard it here with Coach Scott. We want to thank you all for joining us here this morning on Tuesday to give you the MEAC Football Media Day in 2025. That'll be us signing out. BCS Game Time. Make sure that you stick with us.
I got you back. I got you.
Go ahead. Start it off.
Chorus.
Lecture.
Dismissed.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Cover's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Cover's Voice, Cover's Voice, CoversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern, Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACchallenge.com.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern, Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACchallenge.com.